course, we're going to wait for some people to join in, but it's crazy. The January 6th situation, the ICE situation, you know, ICE and the National Guard, and Trump is just making the country safer overall, which is really good news to hear. But we also got a lot of people being very, very upset about it. Very upset about it. But ICE, you know, has been going after everyone left and right, and also the National Guard was deployed today to Portland. If you don't know about Portland, a couple years back they actually legalized all substances, and they saw a huge rise of crime and disparity throughout, you know, the entire state of Oregon, not only just Portland, but the entire state. But we're gonna get into, you know, talking about that today once we got a couple people joining in. Hold on, I gotta sneeze, guys. Bless me. Bless me, bless me, bless me. Ooh. Well, I hope everyone is having a good Saturday. And if you haven't checked out the recent live stream, the one reviewing Owen's video, definitely check that out. I have emailed Owen. I am making a whole video about, if he doesn't respond within, I don't know, 3 or 4 days, I'm going to, you know, post another video about him talking about how, showing the email that I sent him. I'll show the whole email. So, you know, Owen, don't think that you're going to post a video about, oh, he sent me an email exposing the message he sent. No, I'm going to show it myself. I'm going to show the email that I sent. I'm going to show it on screen. I'm going to be talking. If he doesn't respond, I'm going to be talking about how he actually doesn't care about politics or discourse or debating, anything like that. Sorry, I got to sneeze again, guys. Still getting over a cold. Excuse me. But I hope everyone out there is doing great. Happy Saturday. Hello, everyone. Let me know who's watching. Drop some comments. Smash that like button. Subscribe. We're also almost to 19,000 subscribers. That is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. We should be to 20,000 probably by next Saturday or Sunday, so that'll be great. Sorry guys, I'm so sick. I gotta blow my nose again. I'm gonna mute it for a quick second so I can blow my nose, but then we're gonna go on with the entire show. All right, guys? Smash that like and subscribe button. Let me know who's watching, guys. Drop some comments. Drop some comments. Drop some comments! All right, guys, I'm back. I'm back. Who's watching? Still no comments? I know it can't be my connection. We're 3 minutes in. We got 50 people in. It's only going to go up from here. But let me know who's watching. We're going to be talking about that James Comey situation. We're going to be talking about the Democrats' second favorite subject. It used to be their number one favorite subject. Someone says in the comments, I identify as non-binary. I guess if I had to identify as anything other than I actually am, if I had to go in the liberals' terms, I would also identify as non-binary. And this guy, Owen's Fireside Chart, the guy that made an entire video about me, he said Biden's economy was objectively better. I mean, I know you think you're fancy using words, but when you want to sound like you actually know what you're talking about, Biden-nary. I identify as non-binary. Yeah, as I was saying, if you actually want to sound confident about what you're talking about, don't use that kind of, you know, rhetoric and language. They've been saying this about the Epstein files for literally months now. Of course, my opinion would change. But I would need concrete evidence. I support ICE. Everything ICE is doing is lawful. Why are the unlawful Democrats using violence to go against ICE and attack ICE? I know it's a joke, man. It was funny. Innocent until proven guilty. Absolutely, brother. We agree then. Smash that like and subscribe button. ICE has done everything lawful. They've never removed anyone that was a United States citizen out of this country. Paid protesters. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of these people are paid protesters. I believe all ICE agents do have badges, but they're not required to show them on their uniform. your lovely California governor, Gavin Newsom, said that these ICE agents, he's trying to pass a law, or that I think he did pass it. I'm not 100% sure. I don't live in California. But Gavin Newsom was trying to pass a law where ICE couldn't wear masks, or any law enforcement for that matter. I mean, it doesn't really matter about his state laws. ICE is on a federal level. So that's, absolutely heinous and horrible. Not only you're endangering everyone. You're endangering these people's families. You're endangering their kids. These people are doing undercover operations. They don't have to be exposed to who they really are to the public. So why these, radical leftists can go attack their friends and their family because their face has been revealed, and the line of work they do, they shouldn't be showing their damn face, dude. Like, that is insane. No citizens have been deported. No United States-born citizens have been deported under Trump. That is a Democrat lie. That is a falsehood, whatever you want to call it. That is simply not true. No United States citizens have been deported under Donald J. Trump. But smash the like and subscribe button. Am I an actual Trump supporter? Yeah, the majority of America supports Donald J. Trump. Actually, ICE is doing undercover work. They don't need to be seen by everyone out there so they can get attacked. I mean, we've already seen, like, on Wednesday that an ICE, whatever you want to call it, an ICE attempted assassination attempt happened. All of this man's memos, all of his written down evidence that he was targeting ICE, trying to bring fear into the United States immigration forces that are just trying to better our country and whatnot. And I just don't understand, how can the radical left continuously attack law enforcement agents? They want to defund the police. They want to get rid of ICE. I'm all about, improving police officers' training and changing things and such like that. But as far as actually getting rid of the police officers and defunding all of them, no, I do not support that. When I was younger, I had a little bit of a different stance. I'm not going to sit here and lie, but none of it's on the internet really, but at least I'm honest about it. My opinions have slowly changed. Smash that like button. Hello, Burnell. I saw your comment, man. I replied to it. I messaged Owen. I emailed him. I sent him a very well-written professional email. I'll give him 4 days to respond. If he doesn't respond to my message, I'm going to be messaging him again, and I'm going to say, where's the response? And I'm also going to upload a video showing the email that I sent him and say, this guy does honestly not want to do anything about politics, discourse, or debate. Owen is very soft. He could have made a million different videos about me, but the one he chose to talk about was gun control and Charlie Kirk. I mean, that guy is really, really trying to, just spread bullshit all across the internet. All the videos he makes, they have no purpose whatsoever, instead of just ad hominem and attacking people personally. He doesn't care about talking about politics, debating, and discourse, and the entire YouTube community is about to see that when he doesn't respond. If he does have the balls to respond and come on here and debate with me one-on-one, I will give him the respect and props for that. Other than that, that man has no, not an ounce of my respect at the moment, at least. Hey, Derek, how are you doing, brother? Of course I'm against fascism. There's no fascism or authoritarian rule going on in this country. There's no dictatorship. There's none of that bullcrap that you guys are talking about. The only ones that are being brainwashed is the Democrat Party. They have been brainwashed ever since Trump's recent rising in the presidency. There has been more and more violence against the right, the conservatives, and the moderate people of this country. New York Post just released an entire article about it, for crying out loud. The radical left is attacking American citizens. Hello, Tom on my side. How are you doing, brother? This is not rage bait, people. This is not rage bait. Smash that like and subscribe button. If anyone has any comments, questions, anything you guys want to talk about, feel free to drop some super chats. I'll read everything out loud. We can discuss. I love hearing from you guys. I love having actual conversations, not just trolls. Trolls are funny, but I was looking at Owen's page. Notice how he doesn't have any Democrat trolls on his page because he's a Democrat himself. There's no MAGA trolls on there. There's no MAGA trolls in general on this whole YouTube app. All it is a bunch of angry liberals and Democrats that are mad that Trump is their president. I got bad news for you. There's nothing that's going to change that. And even if Trump would get sick, which he's in excellent health, he's in better shape than a lot of liberals watching this. Even if he would get sick, you would just have J.D. Vance as your president. You would just have a J.D. Vance as your president. Do you really want that? No, you don't want that. You would cry just as much as you're crying now, because J.D. Vance would probably come back with a vengeance. If you got rid of Trump, or if he passed away from sickness, he would see how these demonic demon rats, yeah, Owen, I'm still calling them demon rats. Not all Democrats are demon rats, just the ones that act like it. Just the ones that act like demon rats are demon rats. He would see all these demon rats, they would be praising, oh, Trump got what he deserved, he passed away. That's exactly what kind of rhetoric the Democrat Party is going to do when a father of 5 or Charlie Kirk or anyone like that passes away. They're going to celebrate it. It is disgusting. And the fact that Owen wants to sit here and lie to people and say, oh, they're not selling a Charlie Kirk merch with his dead image on it. They're not selling dead Charlie Kirk merch. They're not doing that. I mean, dude, it took me one Google search in 10 seconds to find articles about how the Democrats are doing this. You can't even use your common sense. I mean, you kept alluding to the fact that, oh, maybe one sicko is doing it, but I don't see it anywhere. I don't see it anywhere. The Democrats themselves know this is true. You're not tricking anyone. You're not tricking any conservatives. You're not tricking any Democrats. You're not tricking any political party into believing in your rhetoric. But smash that like and subscribe button. I love you all, regardless of your political party. You're welcome to come on the channel. You're welcome to come on and debate, discuss, and have a conversation with me. We can debate about whatever you guys like. Just join my Discord community, link in the bio. But, they're coming into Portland right now. They have sent the National Guard to clean up Portland. It's fantastic. Eggs are cheaper now. Guess who raised the egg prices? That was Joe Biden. That was one of the only points that Owen actually admitted to, which, congratulations to him. Welcome to the channel, everyone. I see a lot of comments. We did not make George Floyd jokes. I mean, some people did, but then again, George Floyd was a criminal. He pointed a gun at a pregnant woman. He was, a convicted criminal multiple times. If he would have just complied with the police officer and stayed in the back of that car, he would have never passed away. He would have never ended up on the ground if he would have just complied with the police officer. It's not like he got thrown on the ground for nothing. I mean, he was trying to escape. He was trying to get away. And he also had fentanyl in his system. So if you ask my personal opinion, that's, what happened to him, the whole fentanyl thing, because he had like 6 times the lethal dosage of fentanyl in his damn system. But the demon rats want to scream at the top of their lungs, oh, he was a good man. He was a good man. How is he a good man? He pointed a gun at a pregnant woman. And not to mention, just because he has children doesn't mean he's a good man. El Chapo has children. Drug cartel members have children. Mass murderers have children. Does that make them a good man? The same thing with Abrego Garcia. You said, oh, Minnesota father, Minnesota father. First off, he's not from Minnesota. He's from El Salvador. Second off, he's being charged with human trafficking. Third off, Abrego Garcia's wife publicly admitted in court statements that he beat her. The only reason he didn't get charged, which I don't know how this works in Minnesota, but if you accuse someone of, physically harming you in Florida, they're still going to charge you. The state itself will charge you. So I don't know how he got out of this one this time, but maybe it's because he's an illegal immigrant and he doesn't want to be, they don't want to deport him. I have lawyer friends that live in Democrat sanctuary cities. They tell me people will not be prosecuted sometimes just because they're an illegal immigrant, and they know if they're prosecuted for a crime that they'll have to deport them. And the sanctuary city judges and all the people in the court system, for some reason, they don't want to deport illegal immigrants, which is really shocking and disgusting to hear from my attorney friends that are in sanctuary cities. I mean, why wouldn't you want to deport a criminal, someone that came into the country illegally? They should be deported. I mean, why do they deserve our taxpayer dollars? Why do they deserve welfare? Just because you're a human doesn't mean you deserve. It's not a God-given, right to come into the United States and live here. You have to go through the you have to go through the process. You have to go through the due process. We gave them due process to kick them the hell out of the country, which sometimes is no immigration hearing. That is a due process. If you look under the federal immigration laws, that is due process. Sometimes with the Alien Enemies Act, with the Expedited Removal Act, Due process is shipping them out of this country with no immigration hearing. The Democrats will scream at the top of their lungs, well, how do we know if they're illegal? How do we know if they're illegal? Dude, how do we know if they're illegal? They get fingerprints done when they get detained by ICE. They get searched in multiple databases throughout the country. Fingerprints, biometrics. They look for their name. They ask them for any kind of name or identity. They search in every single way they can, just like the FBI does to try to figure out who some of these people that they catch that are terrorists. They can figure out who those people are. They're using the same methods to figure out if someone is here legally or illegally when they're detained by ICE. It's really simple, man. If George Floyd was not high on fentanyl and complied with authorities, none of that would have happened to him. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The police are not always in the right. I'm not here to say that police or people are perfect, but I can guarantee you that George Floyd would have not ended up on the ground. I back the police, but they do make mistakes. But as far as ICE making mistakes, I have not seen. I'm sure it's happened before. Under Obama, one guy was jailed for like 1,000 freaking days. That was a citizen. But right now, under Trump's administration, I have not seen any examples of any legal, law-abiding citizen that was detained. And with the whole Portland situation, I love that Trump is bringing the National Guard to clean up all these cities. If you know the history of Portland, they legalized drugs and it ruined their city. That's why they, put them back, they put criminal charges back on laws. James Comey is better, and free my boy, the Escalado. To be honest with you, I'm not sure who Escalado is, but James Comey, he's a criminal. Do you even know what he's being charged with? Basically, James Comey is being charged with contempt of court, lying in court, lying under the federal oath. And the second charge he's being charged with is, what's the word for it? He's stopping evidence from being released, basically. Hold on, I have it right here in my notes of what he's actually being charged with. But it's insanity. How can you sit here and act like James Comey is such a good man? He literally wished death to the president. He should have been arrested a long time ago, if you ask me. Obstruction of justice and lying under oath. Those are the two charges of James Comey, and other Democrats are going to jail very, very soon. Trump has said this multiple times. Everyone involved with the Russia gate, they're all going to prison. And that probably includes Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, all this kind of stuff. And also, he has two charges right now. James Comey, I heard in the woodworks, the third charge is coming up. So he's going to be facing 3 federal charges. Smash that like and subscribe button. If you guys have any comments, questions, anything you want to talk about, I'm an open book. You can even ask me a non-political question if you want to ask me a personal question. I'm up for it, man. Just drop some super chats. I'm here to hear it. James Comey is not being charged with a misdemeanor. All the charges that he's facing are felonies. And third off, he might be facing a treason felony. If anyone knows how bad treason is, I believe it can result in life in prison. It can result in life in prison. Smash that like button. Any questions, any comments? It's almost the end of the month. I would appreciate if you guys had any questions or comments, just to drop some super chats. If not, we're going to keep on talking. And I've been seeing a lot of, lefty YouTubers that are getting all this support, which is absolutely insane to me. Some of them have millions of freaking subscribers. But we also got a couple good right-wing, well, not right-wing, I would say right-wing, but, I don't like the ultra-right, but it is right-wing at the end of the day. We're the conservative party. We're on the right. But at the end of the day, yeah, I've seen a couple good ones out there. A Liberal Hive Mind, he's a great channel. Definitely go check him out. I would love to, collaborate with him. I'd love to have him on stream maybe at some point or another. But he has a lot of followers, like 1.6 million, so that's probably not going to happen. But JD Vance is also really good. JD Vance is really good. I asked a question, no answer. I didn't see your question. Maybe if you dropped the super chat and had it highlighted in the comments, I could have seen your question. But smash that like button, subscribe. Vance 2028, I wouldn't mind that either, but I would prefer Donald J. Trump. Trump 2028. Am I right, guys? Trump 2028. Also, I do not believe for a second that Elon Musk is on the Epstein list or went to that island, but I guess we'll see evidence if it ever comes out, which I highly doubt because they just make accusations without any significant proof. Do you know anything about the history of the United States, Matthew? That's a genuine question. All these people screaming about Trump 2028 in the Constitution, do they actually know the history of this country? Or, have they ever been to any civics class or any history classes whatsoever? Genuine question. Genuine question. It's not a joke, it's just a genuine question. There is a ton of evidence against James Comey. I really don't even understand how he slipped out and didn't get charged for his message. I don't understand how he didn't get charged for his message of, the destruction and unaliving of Trump. That's really insane to me. But here, let's show something right here. Charlie Kirk's legacy versus George Floyd's legacy. Convicted criminal that pointed a gun at a pregnant woman versus a Christian father, a great man who did a lot for a lot of people. This is a great comparison. Bring me on the stream. I'm just enjoying my stream right now. I could bring you on in like 30 minutes or an hour, but if you want to come on right now, you can drop like a $20 super chat. I'll get you on here. But if not, you can just wait until I finish this stream and you can join the Discord. You can come on, just join the Discord community so I can send you a link in there. That's the only reason I ask you guys to join the Discord community so that we can debate, we can talk, we can discuss, and most importantly, so I can send you a link to join the stream so we can talk one-on-one. I can't get you in here by clicking on your YouTube profile and just adding you like that. Unfortunately, that's not how YouTube works. But I do not believe, Elon Musk, the man that claimed Trump was in the Epstein files, would also be in the Epstein files himself. That makes no sense. It's like, why would you call someone a name and then you did that very thing that you're claiming that they did? Like and subscribe, guys. We're almost to 19,000 subscribers. That's a big one. We'll be at 20,000 probably by next Saturday, next Sunday. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, this was the whole Charlie Kirk legacy versus the George Floyd legacy. Criminal versus, good Christian father. But let's see what else we have here. Types of headache: migraine, hypertension, stress, listening to a liberal. I'm just kidding. It doesn't really stress me out. It's just a joke. What's this one? Oh, here we go. January 6th. Over 300 people on January 6th were undercover FBI, 275, pretty close, were undercover FBI agents. That's another, probably indictment that's going to be happening. Because these 300 FBI agents, incited violence. They encourage people to break in on January 6th. There actually is proof. There have been going on court hearings regarding this. A couple people look like they might be indicted again for lying under oath in court. So we'll see what happens. They try to pressure these. Politicians into admitting how many people were there on January 6th. But I guess they're not. They're trying not to admit it. But I don't know why. Why would they be trying to hide this? Who went to prison with no due process? Who are we talking about here? But smash that like button, guys. Let's get to 50 likes. Subscribe. So everyone that screams about, January 6th, next time anyone brings that up, I'm going to say, why was there over 300, or why was there roughly around 300 undercover FBI agents there? And why were some of them recorded on footage, encouraging people to break into the Capitol building? I really don't understand. This makes no sense to me. January 6th this, January 6th that. Okay, why were there 300 undercover FBI agents there encouraging people to break in? It just makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense, but smash that like button, guys. Smash that like button. What the National Guard is doing is cleaning up this country, and it is fantastic. Calling this channel a cult by definition is that which in plain sight but hidden to those who understand what they see technically hidden but not. So that makes you liberals cultists for being here. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, not to mention in Owen's video, he screams at the top of his lungs. He says, I used to be in a cult. I used to be in a cult. My guy, you are a Jehovah's Witness. You are not in a cult. What the hell are you yapping about? But I appreciate that super chat, Burnell. It's not a cult. It's nothing that's hidden. There's nothing hidden about being in MAGA. You fully understand, you know, what you're a part of. You're a part of making America great again. MAGA is not a cult. Neither is, you know, a legitimate religion. I don't really know about Jehovah's Witnesses. I just know they like to knock on my door a lot. I'm just kidding. I've never actually had that happen, but they're known for, you know, trying to spread the word as much as possible. But either way, saying that you were in a cult when you were a Jehovah's Witness is insanity to me. That's really radical leftism. This country is getting greater and greater every single day. Smash that like and subscribe button. I'm going to get, you know, these demonic comments right out of here right away. Lee has Trump derangement syndrome. It's actually a really bad derangement syndrome. Hopefully Trump's mental institutions have enough room for the liberals. I really am hoping that there's enough room for all of you guys in there, because you really do need psychiatric help and whatnot, and, you know, that's just a fact. When you're screaming at someone not to call you a demon rat, and you make fun of Charlie Kirk's passing, you make fun of unfortunate violent acts in America, that is disgusting. I don't want you to say, "Oh, stop calling us demon rats," when the first 10 seconds of your YouTube video about me is calling me a MAGA nutcase cultist. MAGA nutcase, MAGA nutcase, MAGA nutcase. I'm sorry you don't like your country, Owen. Sorry you don't like your country, but how about you come on the channel and we can debate one-on-one, and we can see who's more educated and who knows what they're talking about more, me or you? Because for someone that sits in a dark room all day, I think I might know a little bit more than you, Owen. And talking about insulated, you literally sit in a dark, insulated room. Like and subscribe. Yes, sir, I agree with that comment. 100%. Tax wealth, not work? I mean, no, I don't believe in taxing wealth. That sounds like a terrible idea. The wealthy are the people that create all the jobs in this country. I always debate in good faith. Lester, let's debate one-on-one. Join my Discord community so I can hook you up with a link and get you on here. Bring back asylum memberships for liberals. First 100 members get to go free, and then straight jacket for 30 days. Money back guarantee. Of the 3 B's, which B is the best? Beans, bacon, or beer? That's a hard one. Definitely not beans. So it's either bacon or beer at this point. I don't know, man. That's really hard. Bacon versus beer. I don't really drink that much beer. So if I had to give up one, I guess I'll give up beer and take the... Oh, I like that answer too, Derek. But I'd have to say bacon. I'm going to go with bacon for sure. Don't compare a criminal who pointed a gun at a pregnant woman, a criminal that refused to apply with law enforcement, George Floyd, to Charlie Kirk. That is disgusting. But, you know, something weird, they both have the same birthday. But another thing about Charlie Kirk, they might mint 500,000 silver dollars for Charlie Kirk in 2026. And they also might make a national holiday. That's right, Democrats, a national holiday. October 13th on Charlie Kirk's birthday every single year. It just has to pass the legislation. Hopefully the Democrats will vote on it, even though I don't think they will. But hopefully we have enough, you know, seats to win full legislation for this. That would be fantastic. Congratulations to George Floyd, Brett. Debate Parker, I would love to, but I don't just go around wasting my time calling into people's channels. If they want to collaborate or debate with me, they can come on my channel. We can do it face to face. I don't like that style of debating. I don't think that's good faith, debating someone on the phone for 3 or 4 minutes. If you actually want to have a full debate, you have to give it some time, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I like to do at least 30 minutes to around 2 hours. Depends how much time we have, how much discussions we can have and how good the debate is. Smash that like and subscribe button. Also, I heard Charlie Kirk's wife did some kind of, I don't think it was on YouTube because I checked on YouTube. It might have been on television or someone else's YouTube. She did some kind of content. I forget the person she did content with, honestly. It sounds kind of bad, but I forgot. But she did some kind of content and got 1 billion views. So she's definitely, keeping Charlie's legacy alive. I appreciate that. I appreciate that comment. Plop. If you think you can debate better than me, join the Discord. I'll send you a link and we can set it up. But I'm kind of doubting that at the moment, to be honest with you. All these people just like to call you out and say they're so much smarter than you, but they don't actually want to come on and have a conversation one-on-one with you. That's like the Democrats and the liberals' fears, discourse and debate. They'll scream at the top of their lungs, don't debate, don't do it, don't have a conversation. Like, I've seen it time and time again. It's truly, horrific. We have to have more discourse and debate in this country. It's the only thing that's preventing a civil war. Other than that, we're just going to continue to get pissed off that the radical leftists keep doing acts of violence against people. I don't have Invisalign in. But I appreciate, I guess that's a compliment. Nazis? We're not Nazis. Our values don't align with Nazis. I don't believe in any of that bullshit about supremacy or white supremacy. I don't believe in, and the funny thing is, you're calling Trump supporters, most of them are pro-Israel. You're calling them, not all of them, probably 50-50. But debate a communist, I've already done it before. I'm up to debate communism or debate, a communist. Just come on the Discord, we can debate. Not really, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's my favorite person to debate. Will I turn it down? Probably not. I can't really think of a time I've ever turned down a debate or a discussion about something with anyone. Nope, I'm not familiar with that stomp. But if you guys have any questions, you can make a Discord. It's free. If you guys have any comments, questions, anything you want to talk about, I'm an open book. It can even be a personal question. It can be a question about food, but this is mostly a political channel. So if you guys have any questions, just drop them down below, some super chats, whatever you guys want to talk about. But yeah, it's really crazy with everything that's going on. There's been multiple. Do I believe in God? Yeah, I'm a Christian. Let's see what other. I think I had a couple memes. Man, I do have a couple memes. Here we go. Here we go. I went to college, so that makes me better than you. Now pay off my loans, you uneducated racist. These are how these liberals think. They're entitled. And then they cry and wonder why they don't have a job or any kind of work after they graduate and get their 4 years studying climate change. Congratulations. Great job. Liberals, mainstream media, fake news. They're just spoon feeding them day after day. Day after day. Let's see the next one. When a liberal hasn't called someone racist in 5 minutes. Yep. Seems about accurate to me. Oh, here's something. There's only 2 genders. For anyone that doesn't know what a man and a woman is, here, let me break it down for you. Very simple. XX chromosomes, XY chromosomes, and then to make a baby, it's either XX or XY. Huh, really interesting. Did the Democrats know that there's an actual scientific method of finding out what your gender is? It's called chromosomes. There you go. Warning! Do not feed the trolls. We're not feeding trolls. We're not feeding trolls. We're not feeding trolls. Unless, of course, you drop a super chat, then we can reply. Or reply to everything there. I'm a fair man. But it's been quite some time since a troll has dropped a super chat. But most trolls, you know, they're not able to for obvious reasons. Oh, this one you can't even see. Let's see, do I got any other funny memes in here? If you cried over a lost show but stayed silent about a lost life, check your soul. Check your soul. If you cried about Jimmy Kimmel's show but you didn't cry over a lost life, check your soul. Not a joke, not a troll. This is 100% serious. I'm very serious when I say this. If you cried over Jimmy Kimmel's lost show, check your soul. Because a man passed away. And it's very sad and also disturbing that the radical left did this to Charlie Kirk. Fake news and the liberals. Classic. The left can't meme. Oh, they can't take a joke. That's why. They take everything super seriously. Extremely serious. Well, learn how to spell, and also that's incorrect, so I'm not even going to, say it out loud anymore. Aww. Hey, Ace of Tunes, I got something for you since you want to leave hateful comments. Did you know that gender is actually a scientific, there's actually such thing as called chromosomes. You're either XX or you're XY. You're either a man or you're a woman. Nothing hateful or bad about saying that. It's just a scientific proof. Just a scientific proof. Smash that like button, guys, though. If you have any comments, questions, let me know. Smash that like and subscribe button. There's only two genders, only two genders, only two genders, only two genders. Do the Democrats follow the Constitution? Doesn't seem like they care about the First Amendment or the Second Amendment, especially not when it doesn't apply to their people. Intersex people are less than 0.001% of the population, and most of them lean either to male or female, so that kind of, all of them either lean towards male or female, so that's kind of wrong on your end. Smash that like and subscribe button, guys, though. If anyone wants to debate me, if anyone wants to have a conversation, you're welcome to come on my stream. Join the Discord. I just need to get you in the Discord so I can send you a link and we can go live together. We can stream, we can talk, we can have a conversation. Isn't that what this is all about? Isn't that what this is all about? Or is it just, showing more scientific evidence like this? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Let's see if anyone actually has joined the Discord. Let's see if anyone maybe wants to come on here. I got my computer right here, so we'll take a look and we'll take a look for it. I think a couple people have found, probably jumped in and had some interest. Oh, we have a couple people interested. Even if you can't go live today, Trump is the best president of our lifetimes. Smash that like and subscribe button. Apparently this really triggered someone. Maybe you should go back to anatomy class in 8th grade. How about that? That sounds good to me. I'm sure our taxpayer dollars could pay for that to happen again. What background noise? Yes, seriously, only two genders. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything you guys want to talk about, just let me know. Drop some super chats. We're probably going to restart the stream and get a guest in here, or just take a quick intermission and restart the stream. No one is triggered. Well, it sounds like you're triggered. Exactly what a triggered person would say. Actually, we have the best country in the world, the United States of America. If you want to come on and debate about that, I'm glad to do it. Connor, come on the live stream. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything you guys want to talk about. Did someone just, now you're trolling me, transgender for Palestine? Does anyone know what happens to transgenders in Palestine? Just curious. No, no one knows? I guess you'll have to look on Google. You'll come on the live stream? Come on the live stream, man. Join the Discord, link in the bio. Come on, guys. All you gotta do is join the Discord, link in the bio. Hell, I'll even send you guys a link to it right now. You know what? I'm gonna post a link to it right now. Maybe we can get one of you fellas in here. I'm gonna send a link right now for anyone who wants to join. They can come on, join, talk, discuss. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. There you go. Just join that link down below and we can get you on. Join the link, join the link, join the link. And I'm gonna restart the live stream and get someone on here, most likely. I'll send the link one more time. And if anyone wants to join in, they can. I'll set it up. I'll be back in probably 5 minutes and get one of you fellas on here. Israel! Alright, guys. Give you 30 more seconds. And you can join in on the live stream. And I'll restart. I'll be back, guys. I'll be back.